Hi, Craig Nisperos, director of the short film Distance, here at Cinematografo, the first annual.
Hi, Dig Magazine. I am Marie Hamora, and you are?
Jason McLagan,
I am the writer-director, and you are?
the producer, production designer of Flip the Record.
Hi, Dig Magazine. I'm Britta Eric from Germany, Hamburg, Germany, and I work for the European Union's film funding scheme. It's called the Media Program.
Hi, Dig Magazine. I'm Rachel Alejandro, and I'm one of the lead actresses from the film Ang Larawan, which is the opening film for Cinematografo, which is a American International Film Festival right here in San Francisco.
My name is Ramona Diaz. I'm here at the inaugural Cinematographo Film Festival in San Francisco, and I am presenting 3 of my films here.
Here for the premiere of Larawan, the portrait, and the preview of my new film, Mirador.
This is the first time that I'm at the right age to be playing the role that I'm playing, because the role really should be for someone around my age, who's like late 30s, early 40s. So it's a film about it's a musical film, but it's about it's set in a pre-World War II, Intramuros, which is old Manila, and it's a story about 2 sisters, that are facing difficult times before the Japanese invasion.
My first exposure in theater was musicals. That was when I was still living in the Philippines, and then when I moved to New York and started doing theater, I designed for a lot of musicals, both on Broadway, off Broadway, and even here in California.
Distance came about. HBO was hosting a competition for Asian Pacific Americans to give a fresh perspective. They didn't really have direction, and so they just said, give us a fresh perspective on what it means to be Asian Pacific American. And I went through a bunch of iterations, and I said, there's no better story than telling your own. So I told about Distance, which was me coming to grips with myself of moving away from home and wanting to move back. And so that's what Distance is really about. For anyone that's ever moved away from home, that's what that film is for.
It's based on a true moment in time. The characters are fictional, but it's based on a real scene that happened here in San Francisco in Daly City. And it was kind of a movement where these young Filipino kids, Filipino-American kids, started being mobile DJs, and they kind of elevated the art form of making noise with a turntable to really masterfully becoming non-stop mixers and eventually turntablists, and elevating it from noise to a musical instrument. And we've been making a documentary about the subject, so that's kind of how we discovered it.
My organization is pretty big. It's the European Union, the European Commission, and within that there is a film funding scheme. It's called the Media Program, and the Media Program basically supports the audiovisual industry in Europe, but also beyond. Over the past 10-12 years, we've really strived to work not only with Europe, but with other countries outside of Europe. And one big thing that we really try to do is to encourage co-production between European countries and other countries, and also distribution, for example. So that's what we do.
From script writing to the final product, we made everything in 6 weeks. The reason for that time period is because we made it to submit to an HBO contest called the HBO Asia Pacific American Visionaries Contest, and there was the due date in November of last year. So we just heard about the contest. We came back from the Philippines, and then we said, let's throw our hat in the ring. Let's do this. So we only had 6 weeks from writing a script to everything. So that was pretty much a very big challenge, because knowing that it was a period film, knowing we wanted an all Filipino cast, and knowing we were self-financing, it was really a community effort, and we achieved a lot on Facebook to make this film happen in that time frame.
It's really exciting, I think, because it's the inaugural, and it's Filipino and Filipino-American films. It's been a long time coming. So this is exciting, this is like stepping up to the plate, so it's great. I think what attracts me is if it's cinematic, if I can tell it visually, and great characters. And I do most of my films I mean, not most, all of my films have Filipino and Filipino American themes in it. But my hope is always to transcend the specifics, right? So to make it more universal.